Oh God, I'm so tired of winning. Are you tired of winning? Look, I don't endorse any president, but things are not right now. We were supposed to end this war today at 1 p.m., and it certainly doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I'll tell you what is ending: the notion that oil is ever going to go back down to where it was before this conflict started. And I'm telling you right now, we knew this day was coming. We knew this was going to happen. We knew that eventually there would be a war over oil that wouldn't end well. And the whole world is going to suffer because of this. And I know there are a lot of channels out there talking about the fact that, well, America has its oil and Canada has oil and we'll be fine over here, but over there they'll be screwed. The Middle East will be screwed. Europe will be screwed. Yeah, they'll be screwed, but we'll be screwed too. If this is a transition to a new world order, like a lot of people believe it is, that's fine. That transition is going to be painful. People are forgetting all the stuff that comes through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, let me tell you why I'm saying, I even made this video and what it has to do with Tesla. Well, it's very simple. Tesla vehicles are already skyrocketing in value on the used market. There are a couple of reasons for that. Number one, the S and the X are skyrocketing because they're no longer making them. In fact, the only ones you can order now on the Tesla website are current inventory. So you can't just go on there and design one. But the bigger story here is that the used Tesla market is growing. And it's growing because of oil, because of the price of oil. And make no mistake, the price of oil is not coming down anytime soon. And one of the reasons I made this video also is Trump is going to have a news conference at 1 p.m. today, which is April 6th, 2026, excuse me. And I don't care what he says, but I'll tell you what, if he came out today and said, okay, the war is over, oil is still not going to just drop back down to below where it was. It's going to remain high because this is a paradigm shift. The world is realizing that this could happen at any moment, and there's a lot of volatility all over the world. We still have a war going on, by the way, in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia. That war hasn't ended, and it doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon. So even if he comes out today and says the war is over, oil prices don't go down. Now, there's speculation already that Iran have basically turned him down for this current deal. Now, I don't know if that's true. We'll know here in, 42 minutes. But this is very important. Yesterday, Trump made a series of statements on Truth Social where he talked about, he's just going to annihilate Iran. He's going to start by blowing up their power plants. He's going to start with the power plants, then he's going to blow up bridges, and he's going to send them into the dark ages. And then in another statement, he said to them, please open up no, he didn't say please. He said, open up the F beep 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 ING Strait of Hormuz. Now, that's a guy who is either coming unhinged or he is so confident that they're just going to bow to his wishes that he can use these, salacious, crazy, like aggressive, horrible, whatever. I don't think the world F is a horrible world. In fact, I'm shocked at the people who don't use it more often because it's the most used word in the world. But anyway, he's off on this tangent of screaming, I'm the boss and I'm going to blow you off the face of the earth. That's fine. But guess what? If Iran come out today and say, no deal, he has no choice, and this is my opinion, he has no choice but to follow through on that promise. I don't want that to happen, obviously, because millions, hundreds of thousands, maybe, innocent people are going to die and starve and whatever. But these are good people. The Persians are good people, man. It's the same old story. The government start wars and the people die. But I don't think he can backtrack this time. So he better hope that they're going to bow down and take his deal. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that. Now, he can't win either way if they don't. If they turn him down and he comes back out and says, okay, we're going to blow the shit out of you, and he does that, the Iranian people, excuse me, the Iranian people are going to turn on us. And frankly, many people in the United States will turn on him. Because nobody wants that kind of war. Nobody wants this long, drawn-out war where innocent people get hurt. And Israel will do whatever it wants. They don't care about anybody. And I'm not being disrespectful. They just don't. Nobody will ever abuse Israel again, period. In fact, the opposite will probably be true. Because ever since the Holocaust, the Israelis said at that time, this will never, ever happen again. We will never allow this to happen again. So the Israelis will have no problem bombing the shit out of Iran to kingdom come. They could care less. As far as they're concerned, their God is the God of peace, and the Iranian God is the God of death. And whatever, I'm not here to debate that. But Trump can't win. So if he goes in blasting, guns blazing, blows up bridges and tunnels and infrastructure and power plants and oil plants, he doesn't win. If he backtracks and says, okay, I'll give you another 48 hours or another week or another 10 days, he's going to look weak. In fact, he may look like the weakest president in the history of the United States. And I'm going to tell you something right now. This is not going to end well for us. I don't see a way out of this. Let me rephrase that. I don't see an easy way out of this for us as Americans or for the world, frankly. I really don't think the Iranian regime, whatever they say is left of it, I really don't think that they have any desire to back down. They have nothing to lose. These people worship death. We worship life. They believe that if they all die, that it's a good thing. We believe if we all live, it's a good thing. So you're not gonna defeat that. And this notion that we have air superiority, and listen, I have enormous respect for America. I love America. I want us to win. I want us to be successful. It's the greatest country in the world. I'm an immigrant. I'm now a citizen. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world. But we have to be very careful with how cocky we get. Like, yeah, we have taken out their air defense systems. But guess what? I'm going to presume that an F-15 was taken down, two of them actually. And F-15s were taken down basically by either, shoulder missiles, shoulder rockets, or something simple. And then thankfully, we went in and we rescued our pilots, but people have no idea the amount of military power it took to do that. So if the Iranians are beaten and we have all this powerful stuff, how the hell are they screwing us up so bad with a few shoulder-fired rockets or whatever the hell it is they're using, which according to us is primitive? It doesn't look very primitive now. We lost 2 Black Hawk helicopters, right? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand how we're winning this. I don't understand how we can win this. And as far as the price of oil goes, that's the bottom line here. It's not going down anytime soon. There's speculation that this is a world order shift, that the United States have basically decided that we are over here on the West, we meaning Canada, the United States, and all of South America. There are people believe that this is why we took over Venezuela. There are people that believe that this is why we look like we're fighting with Canada. But there's backroom negotiations going on to bring Canada together. You know, basically, and I don't mean open the borders. That's a bad word around, obviously, around the White House, but, and I'm not condoning that, but there is this notion that this region and the land mass that we all basically coexist on, South America, Canada, and the United States, is a powerhouse. It's a powerhouse of resources. It's a powerhouse of oil. It's a powerhouse of critical materials. We have everything we need here. But I'm telling you right now, the transition to get from where we are today to go there, there's going to be an awful lot of pain in between. And the other thing that's going to happen here that some are speculating, I'm not speculating this because frankly, I don't know enough about it to speculate on it. But they're saying that if this war continues and if this whole oil war and this trajectory we're on continues, everything is going to skyrocket in price. Interest rates will soar. And the dollar essentially will become so worthless that our debt will actually go away. And then we can actually default on our debt and we can basically start all over. This is like a bankruptcy. My God, if this isn't classic Trump economics, what is? I mean, Trump had a bunch of casinos that were basically losing money, and he owed the bank so much money that he went to them, and let's say, now I'm using round numbers, you can correct me in the comments, but he basically went to the banks and said, listen, okay, I owe you X amount of millions of dollars, and the interest rate is 7% or whatever it was back then, and he said, if you don't reduce that rate to 1% or 2% or 3% or whatever it was he negotiated, I'll just go bankrupt. It'll all go away, and then you're stuck holding the baby, as they say. Well, I think there are people speculating that America, and not just Trump, there's some smart people in America who understand how things work. There's speculation that this could be the plan. So short-term suffering, most definitely. Your life is going to change dramatically if this is the goal, and temporarily there will be a lot of suffering. You're not going to be just jumping on Amazon every day buying stuff. And in fact, you will go to the grocery store and there will be many items that will not be there. You will be growing your own vegetables. We will become dependent on each other. And I'm not sure if that's a bad thing. I think we've kind of, as we used to say when I used to snow ski years ago, we're way out over our skis. And if you're way out over your skis, you're going to fall down. So you got to be very careful where we go with this. Anyway, I don't think he wins here. It's going to be very hard to win. And if his goal is to lose and then create this long-term shift away from the rest of the world to become this nationalistic, Christian, we're over here, they're over there, who needs them, we have each other thing. I hope that works out, but I don't know. I feel bad for Europe. They're gonna get shafted, but Europe has had a pretty good run too. A lot of that good run was based on American financing, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, listen, it's a good time to own a Tesla. That's all I'm going to say. And if you have a used Tesla, I think your car went up in value. And I think people all over the world are going to be scrambling to buy them. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video, comment down below, and there's some links in the description that you can utilize to help me out. Thank you.